Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. On another bit of local land today. In fact, it's one of Dale's permissions there, my good mate Dale. So yeah, we've both got the Equinox 800s. So Dale's got the slightly bigger coil on his. But yeah, it's a lovely day out. So the rain's finally stopped. So we should get some. Hopefully the ground's still wet, so we get a bit of extra depth. But it is the loveliest day, so as long as it's dry, it's really warm as well. So okay, I thought I'd bring you along and let's see what we can find. We'll analyse a few signals, and I'll show you the knocks, show you some separation. There might be some tips and tricks on the way, but yeah, let's see what we can find. I'm Gaz and this is discovermetaldetecting.co.uk. Okay, I've got a 2021 here, which I do love 2021s. Nice tight signal. 20, 21, it's almost locking on 20. Nothing there, there's no iron there. Quick check at 90. It's right under the coil bolt. 19, 20, bit flicky that way, nothing there and nothing there. So we are going to take that out because that's kind of nudging on small silver territory. Couple of updates as well. Let me just quickly take one of my earphones off. Had some feedback from one of my detecting mates, very good mate of mine, Des, and I've got a new pair of gloves, Des, because I know it was putting you off on my last two videos and my gloves were falling apart, so I've invested in a new set of gloves just for you, so thanks Desi. Okay, also a bit of an update on the earring in my third video, where I thought I'd made it and I was even beginning to choose what classic car that I was going to have and pay off my mortgage. It did turn out, and that's still in the hole, it did turn out to be cubic zirconium, unfortunately. Something the equivalent size, the jeweler said to me, something of equivalent size that was near perfect, probably would have been worth about £100,000. So as you can imagine, one gutted man, but better luck next time, you know, these things do happen. But there we go, a little bit of an update. Okay, so that is still in the hole, so I think it's time to get the pinpointer out. Let's have a look at what our 2021 is giving us. I think that is just in the side of the hole, so I'm going to tease this out with my digger. I'm going to tease this out slightly, it should just be in there. Okay, what have we got in there? Anything I can see? It's got to be in the loose, isn't it? Maybe not. Wow, okay. Oh, I think I can see something. Is that a coin? Is that a coin? Oh, I just love these shots. I think it is just in that bottom of the hole, in that clod. Oh, look at that. And I think you guys have just about got. So that is that a button or is that a coin? I think I might just need to put my glasses on. Let me quickly come back to you on that one. Okay, I got my glasses on now, just had a sneaky look, and oh, what a gutter. So that 2021 with a lock-on, Virtue lock-on 20 was giving us genuine Elizabeth II halfpence piece. So that probably would have been mostly copper, so that is why that was giving us a 2021. But okay, so you know, we checked around it. There was nothing else around it that was pulling the signal. Yep, a genuine halfpence piece. There we go. Okay, another strong audio. Let me just take one ear cup off. So we got almost, don't know if you can hear that, hopefully. It's virtually 1718. It's right under the coil bolt there. 1718, 1718. Pull the coil back, nothing there. Nothing there, so there's no iron around it there. Quick check at 90. It's right under the coil bolt there, so nothing there, nothing there, right under the coil bolt. So let's see what our 1718 is going to give us. Quite very healthy numbers. You know, could be a larger button or a buckle or something like that. Still in the hole, so it's got a little bit of depth to it, which is always nice. And do you know what? I think I can see that is just falling back into the hole, I think, and it does actually look like a coin. Let's see if I can angle the GoPro so that you can see what I can see. Can you see that right at the bottom of the hole? It just fell back in. Let me just grab that for you. Let's put that on there. So let's see. Yeah, I can feel a shank on the back, so that is a button. I'm not going to get my glasses on for that. What did we glean from that target? So we checked around it again, no iron, messing about with the signal. It was a very, very good lock on 17. You know, we kind of dig these like a pastime. There might be a little bit of machine turning on there possibly, but yeah, so you know, that could have been anything. So little button. It does at least it shows that people were here and they were dropping things. So let's hope that there is more to see. So as you can see, I've got some absolutely lovely ground to cover there, which is no way I'll do that in 100 years. I seem to have lost Dale. Oh, there's Dale in the distance. Okay, so nice little buttons. Hopefully we can find something a little bit more interesting in a moment. Okay, got a 1920 here. Ground is really boggy and saturated. Okay, so Knox is desperately, for several seconds it was locking on 20, 19, bouncing a little bit there. Let's check that at 90. 19, 20, could be on edge. This hole is going to be filled with water. This mud is going to go everywhere, but good signal, so it's got to come out. Hopefully I'll get in some drier. I've just had a 1920 earlier on. I've dug a lot of crap today, so I didn't bother videoing it, and it was a nice little bag seal. I wouldn't be surprised if this was another little bag seal. I mean, they are quite collectible, quite nice things, but let's have a look what this 1920 is going to give us. Okay, so I'm not going to kneel down in that because it's absolutely bogging, and luckily I've got my little, I don't have to put the knocks on the ground because I've got my little bungee hooked onto it there, so I can go two-handed and it just sits by my side. In fact, I think I can see something round. It looks a bit dome shaped, so it could be a button, or is that a stone? It could be a stone actually. I think that's still in the hole. Oh dear, I'm going to get saturated if I kneel. Oh, screw it. Let's kneel down. The show must go on, eh? Well, there we go. It's right in that sidewall. Right in that sidewall. So let's get the digger and let's prise that out of the side. See what we've got. Oh, I've just put my digger on top my lechy. Okay, I think that's at the bottom of the hole. Let's drag the loose. What worries me is that is not giving me a continuous tone when the pinpointer is right on it, which is indicating to me that is so minute. This is going to get ridiculous. Okay, let me just see if I can pass some of this over my... Oh, actually, that is quite... That's not what I think it is it? That feels as thin. That feels as thin as a hammered, and bear with me guys, I am just going to get my glasses on and give that a squirt because it's very, very smooth. I can't see any detail on it, but then my eyesight's fallen off a cliff. Okay, let's get my little brush. I think that is definitely a silver coin, you know. Sorry, I forgot you were there for a moment. I think that is or was a silver coin. God, that's the only thing I found today, which is of any bottle. Unfortunately, it's absolutely been worn thin. So let's. Oh, I've forgotten my towel. I knew I'd forgotten something today. Yeah, that is definitely silver, but that has been worn absolutely smooth. I reckon that was a hammered at some time, which was really disappointing. Look how thin that is. Right, okay. Oh dear, should we see if we can find another one but in better shape? Right, I'm going to stick to this part of the field and see if I you know what they say, where there's one there's others. So perhaps if you were romantic you would think that was worn smooth, ready to go into a love token, but then was dropped. So there we go, one, I think, silver hammered. Okay guys, I've got a 17 here, which there's a lot of iron around it, which I'm going to attempt to show you. So there's the target. In fact, it's 18, 19 now. So there's kind of nothing there. Then the target appears. Here, there's a little iron flute there. You can just hear it kicking in there. However, that is quite strong audio. try it at 90. So it's under the coil bolt and it's giving me 1718. Now we've got iron there, target there, and there's iron there. However, I think that is a separate target and it's not being given off by that iron, because that is what I think the Nox is telling me. So we will soon find out by digging that. So whatever it thinks it is still under the hole. So it was telling me that there was iron there, and it was also trying to tell me that there was a target there. That does sound like a target to me. Now, this could be rubbish, but the important thing that we've learnt is that it was a separate target. So it's in there. Let me try and grab that, get that on camera. Okay, it's not in that part. I'm just waving it over the coil, you're probably just off camera. Okay, let's split that again. It's not in there. And would you look at that? Is that a coin? That looks like a small coin to me, or is that a button? I don't really care at this point. It is actually a coin. I think I can see a small head on there. It's like it's a Georgian. Let me quickly put my glasses on a moment, guys. Let me just put that on there. Right, so what have we learned there? We had a signal. What was the number? 17, 18, something like that, wasn't it? But like always, we check around the hole. Check around the hole to see if there's any iron or anything like that, which there was. It was surrounded by iron, but the separation capabilities of the Nox, I want to term it the original and best, but I think obviously it's been superseded a little bit now, but I just can't seem to let the Nox 800 go at the minute. So let's just dry that in my jumper. So again, you know, I don't know if you can see. Oh, the sun is everywhere. Yeah, I can see there's a small head on that. It's definitely facing left. Could be Georgia first anyway, but it's very worn, but very thin, made of copper, and that was a coin. So that was a nice little find, just to demonstrate how the Nox can pick things out in amongst iron, and I was convinced that that was a separate target, and it was. So that is a good skill for the knowledge bank. So that's just to show you how good that Nox 800 still is. Okay, another cheeky 19, quite an isolated target. Nox almost locking on 18 there, really likes that. So there's nothing there, a little iron buzz there, but it's so far away I don't think it's not connected. So locking on 18, again locking on 18, little bit of an iron buzz. There's a lot of iron in this field, but really likes that 18. Oh, just be quiet. So it really likes that 18. So let's hook that out. That was as good as a lock on there. It was flicking the odd 19, but so you see, you can hear the iron in there, and the target's in the hole. So that again is really hats off to the Nox. You know, it's telling me that there's a target there, and it's also telling me that there is iron there. It's just, you know, you turn the iron volume down and turn the volume of the good targets up in two-tone, and that is what happens. It just sniffs out targets. Okay, let's have a look here. I can see silver. Wow, that is, it's been one of those days today where it's been really hard work. Let me just get my bottle and brush ready. Forgive me guys, I have got to get my specs on. You must get so infuriated with me. But okay, so what have we here? Looks like a sixpence. Okay, so it's a pre-decimal sixpence, but at the end of the day, that is still silver to me, or best part of. In fact, that isn't too bad. That's better than I thought. I thought it was 60s, but that is actually a George V, so that was 1928. So we have got our second bit of silver today. Let me just get that in my, dry that in my top. So there we go. I don't know if you guys can see that in the sun there. Little 1928 George V sixpence. So bit of silver today. Right, got a funny one guys, just floating around a little bit, but it's in a hammered. It's got a little iron buzz and a flute to it, but a bit of iron next to it. I'm getting 12, 13, 12, 13. He's trying to give me the same numbers. When the Knox tries to give you the same numbers, 12, 13, you might get an odd iron negative, but then when that Knox is giving you negative numbers, and it's also desperately trying to give you the same numbers as well, 12, 13, in my mind it's telling you that there are two targets underneath the coil, and it's just giving you the information that there's two targets under there. So let's, okay, so that's broken up a little bit. It might be because it's in the loose. Let's take out a bit more, see if I'm right or talking out my ass. Well, anybody, can you hear the iron all around it? And then you've got the target in there. Anybody would think I knew what I was talking about. Okay, so let's have a look in there, see what we've got. Again, it could be a load of rubbish, but the important thing to remember is that we found a separate target. Okay, so on this occasion, is that it? Right, what is that? On this occasion, it's a bit of molten lead, but it does demonstrate how you can pick things out of iron. So, you know, that could have been a hammered with those numbers, could have been anything. So, you know, just again, just showing you what the Knox can do in amongst iron. And I'm only on recovery speed 5 as well. I've knocked it down a little bit, so there we go. Okay guys, got a funny one here. Started off about 18, 19. There's a little iron flute. 18, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bouncing a little around that way, but then when you turn sideways on, it's a little iron buzz there, but I don't know, something is just telling me that that is a separate target. So I am gonna be, you can see the negative numbers coming up there as well, but when you see the Knox try to give you the same, as I said, the same numbers over and over again, it will desperately try and tell you, waving its arms around, that there is another target under there. It's just for you to interpret the numbers. So if you see the same numbers come up over and over again, mixed in with the iron, just investigate. Just investigate. Let's have a look to see if I'm talking complete crap this time. But so. Okay, so that is maybe on this occasion sounding more like it's bouncing off iron. However, I still this is just not. Okay, I cut that one off short, but I persevered with that, and I took a little bit extra out of that hole, and it came up with another target signal in here. I mean, it could be a load of rubbish. Right, well, it's very small, whatever it is. And do you know what? Look at that. That there, in amongst all of that iron, was a little watch winder. Look at that. I tell you what, the Knox never ceases to amaze me, you know. There's a little watch winder amongst all of those iron tones and the iron bars. Now, could you see on that clip there that the Knox, it kept trying to give me those same numbers. There was iron, it was coming up with negative numbers, but it still kept trying to push that non-ferrous signal, and that is the result, a little watch winder. So again, that is just good skills, just good practice skills. I'm really chuffed with that, and that I actually managed to sneak that out in amongst all of those iron tones. So yeah, good skills.